my name is Lindy Sherries and I used to be a Sangoma. In this channel, I talk about everything, guys. Abokorobela, the secrets that we were taught not to share with you guys, how we used to trick you guys, the spirits, how everything works when you go to a Sangoma for consultation, Yamatambo. So whether you believe in God or don't believe in God, please check out this channel so we can talk about it. If you believe in God, let's share the gospel. If you don't believe in God, you can check out the channel too. I want to hear your opinion and I want people to actually share their opinion, not insulting me without saying why. Thank you, and I'll see you on my channel.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. I'm Solomon Izangi Shams. It's so good to be with you. You can call me Uncle Solomon. Awesome to be here. Great to have you. Thank you, everybody who is subscribed to this YouTube channel. And for those of you who are not subscribed to this YouTube channel, please go ahead and click subscribe if you're watching it right now. And if you're on Facebook, please make sure you come to YouTube and click subscribe, because this is where we do it. There's a lot of videos on this YouTube channel that you can check it out. So please indulge yourself. Make sure you partake of the videos that we have slated all for you. And don't forget, I'm running a very special one-on-one YouTube coaching sessions. I do 2 coaching sessions, an hour and a half each, with people for a very small amount of money, just to help you start your YouTube channel. You have an idea, you have certain things that you want to say or something you want to sell for business, for ministry, to talk about families, young people. Please get in touch with me on this number right here on the screen. And also, if you have a YouTube channel but it's not really moving the way that you want it, you know, I've been training people all across the world right now. People are getting in touch with me. So please do get in touch with me on WhatsApp with this number, +27 822129438. We're going to go through understanding the partner program, YouTube, how to get monetized, and we look at your content and all that kind of thing. So it's a very, very hands-on coaching, one-on-one, sharing my experience with you, being a communicator, which is what I studied, and also my YouTube channel here. As you can see, you know, we are almost approaching the 100,000 subscriber mark. So I want to go back to a false prophet in charlatan. Unfortunately, he was exported from Kenya, Congo, because he is sort of like Kenyan Congolese, that kind of thing, exported to the US. He lives in Los Angeles right now. He's called Lovey Elias. Lovey Elias. He's very good, bosom friends with Hubert Angel, with people like Passion Java. Matter of fact, let me say this for the first time. There's a young prophet in the US who is actually Ugandan by origin, but lives in the US, who got in touch with me, I think about a year or 2 ago, and told me stuff that this Lovey Elias wanted to get him involved in. He wanted to get him involved in just manipulating people. He wanted to show him and teach him how to manipulate people and take him to a place where he's going to get initiated and all that kind of stuff. So this young prophet was like, wow, you know, he ran away. But he told him, no, you're going to have the money, the cars, the woman and everything. But for the young prophet, that was not what he signed up for. So I wasn't surprised when I saw this video that I'm about to show you now. This video of this prophet saying that, you know, sex before marriage is not a sin. So sex before marriage is not a sin. So sex is not created exclusively for the marital bed. As a single person, you can have sex. It's not a sin. So fornication is not a sin. That's what he's saying. Do you agree with him? Because you have to understand that he is not the only one projecting this. There are other charlatans and false prophets who are also projecting the same belief in their circles. It's just difficult for them to say it from the pulpit in church. But he's one of those that actually finally said it on camera. You see, sexual purity is associated with where and how your life will turn out to be in future. Sexual purity is not just about God trying to deny you the pleasures of sex. No. Sexual purity is far more than that. Sexual purity is not just physical, it has a lot of spiritual levels to it. And just like anything, you can take it and abuse it, or take it and spoil it, is the same thing. You can take sex and spoil it and abuse it. But let's listen to this charlatan, what he has to say about sexual purity, sex before marriage, claiming that sex before marriage is actually not a sin. Here.
Explicitly say certain.
So, first he said the Bible does not explicitly say.
The Bible does not explicitly say certain things are sins, but it implies, based on the morals of Judeo-Christian beliefs, or the morals, godly morals, that these things are not a good thing to do, but not necessarily sin, but it can lead you into a sinful path. Like an example, everybody says sex before marriage is a sin, right? Mm-hmm. Show me one verse that says that. There is no verse that says that. There is no explicit verse that says that. You know me, I'll tell you the real. I'm not going to hide, I'll tell you the truth. There's no verse that explicitly says that. But we know there are consequences of doing that outside of marriage. So we are trying to escape those consequences, because it can put you in a place whereby you may never recover from it. You will end up in sin and you can't come out of it. But is it explicitly considered a sin? No. What is explicitly spoken as a sin is if you are married, you sleep outside of your marriage, now you are into fornication, and you are into that is an explicit sin, condemned by God.
So I don't understand what he said there. That if you are married and then you sleep, you have a sexual relationship with somebody outside your marriage, then that is fornication. How is that fornication? Maybe he made a mistake in trying to deliver that. That's not fornication. That's adultery. Right? And they're saying the Bible does not explicitly. I can say the Bible does not explicitly say that we should drink water. The Bible does not explicitly say that you should be a doctor. But you see, you have to look at scriptures that qualify other scriptures. What does the Bible say? Even before I play you this video again, what does the Bible say in 1 Corinthians 6, verse 18? This is what it says, right? Flee sexual immorality. Every sin that a man does is outside his body, but he who commits sexual immorality sins against his own body. So let's talk about sexual immorality. What is sexual immorality? Sexual immorality is not when a man, a husband, and a wife have sex. That is not sexual immorality. Sexual immorality happens between two people who are unmarried, or one who is married and one who is not married. That is sexual immorality. Here he's saying you should flee it. The Bible is explicitly, he said the Bible is not explicitly clear. The Bible is explicitly clear that sex before marriage is a no-no. This is people that just sit down and they are experts in manipulating scriptures. This man you're looking at, I wouldn't be surprised if, I think he got married. He was married before and then he got divorced and then got married. I wouldn't be surprised that he himself sleeps with other women outside of marriage, outside of his marital home. Yeah. Because people around him, his friends like Passion, Java, Hubert Angel, they do that. So I would not be surprised if he is one of them. Let me play the video again to listen to this man's lies.
The Bible does not explicitly say certain things are sins, but it implies based on the morals of Judeo-Christian beliefs or the morals, godly morals, that these things are not a good thing to do, but not necessarily sin, but it can lead you into a sinful path. Like an example, everybody says sex before marriage is a sin, right? Mm-hmm. Show me one verse that says that. There is no verse that says that. There is no explicit verse that says that. You know me, I'll tell you the real. I'm not going to hide. I'll tell you the truth. There's no verse that explicitly says that. But we know there are consequences of doing that outside of marriage. So we are trying to escape those consequences because it can put you in a place whereby you may never recover from it. You will end up in sin and you can't come out of it. But is it explicitly considered a sin? No. What is explicitly spoken as a sin is if you are married, you sleep outside of your marriage, now you are into fornication.
Not fornication, bro.
That is an explicit
Not fornication, bro. This guy should actually first go and check the dictionary and really look at the meanings of, fornication, adultery, sexual immorality. What is sexual immorality? I know married people having sex with themselves, a man and a woman. That cannot be sexual immorality. So what is sexual immorality? Having sex when you're unmarried, does that fall under sexual immorality? Yes. So he's just confused. He's just trying to play with words because he is a partaker of that. He does that. He believes in that. He's married now. He would sleep with women outside. That I can tell you about this guy who's speaking. There's no truth coming from him. And you see a lot of these charlatans, that's what they do. And that's what they keep pushing. And they are trying to push this new way of thinking that no, but the Bible didn't say this is actually sin. Because that's their lifestyle. By their fruits, we shall know them. It's as simple as that. Thank you so much, guys. God bless you. I'll catch you again later.